first time we came here. Oh, Paimon remembers! Nahida's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but so much time has already passed since then. And it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahida's in... Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahida won't have any more new problems. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out. Anyway, for Nahida's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination for now.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two? What do you say?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon made?
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going-away party or anything. It's sad enough, though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru. passing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port. Wow, everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines. Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is cool.
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it...
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act, while whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on... Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that?
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories, and as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice...
Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's curious. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question.
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend...
Is the Hydro Archon super busy
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is...
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people...
First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful and...
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something.
All right, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro... But who knows how long making an appointment will... Hey! What are you looking over there for? Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
I'm fine.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be...
About many things, actually. but there's nothing I can do but just keep my I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memory. It won't be long before...
Sorry.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from a...
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it...
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet.
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in...
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come...
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration! If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, Let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion, who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for... But the Hydro Archon's entrance was... How should Paimon describe it? Miss Hydro Archon? How did...
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be... You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god?
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremonies.
Is she waiting for us to start?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What is the Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are...
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers, you may consider this my reward to all of you. I have...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against...
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against... Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for...
Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the god of justice...
Whoa, all right. Now...
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such...
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to... According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine's...
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our lady...
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, what?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections...
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility. So, with such an audience gathered here,
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady for...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. But when there are valid grounds, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. You never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the...
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate.
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you... Oh, you really... This is a magical item known as a magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when it began. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. but my family and I think that we hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity.
Oh, Hyman gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day!
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure...
What's this? So you also believe in the prophet?
What? You mean you don't—
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe the story says that people once lived in the ocean. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't—
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
So you're the blonde traveler. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, life is all about living in the moment. What use—
You should still take it.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that...
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before—
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many—
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect romaritime flowers.
Body and mind.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. Maybe next time you'll...
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any...
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice it.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh! Keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you. And anyway, I should be going now.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to
Oh, did you get hurt?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's...
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt.
You're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more... But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so...
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine.
We ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around.
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between... It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after...
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older...
It's about time for us to leave.
Huh?
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I'd never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aqua bus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lenny. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to...
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine... So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials of the... You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever... For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships. Or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. Ah, you're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive... Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears.
So, what is the serial...
That's right! The first missing girl case happened almost 20... And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears.
But the scariest part is that to this day, many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case. But shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way,
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were—
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look! Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. Ah, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya! Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides,
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that— Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make—
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of material.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the under—
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and...
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but...
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go up... Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain would... Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. It rained for longer than I suspected.
Was there something you needed to do?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a... On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the... What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take... I'm afraid that Fremine can be...
No trouble at all! Don't...
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no need. This'll be a walk in the park for us.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some...
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets! I could tell right away. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that
Whoa! So...
I can't say for sure, but...
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make...
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste...
But where does a big machine...
Well... It's so... But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by...
Huh? How can trials...
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself. When a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice.
So that's what its other function is? But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be... Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine...
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before. Besides Indemnitium, we have another type of energy called Numus. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already...
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next...
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want...
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on! Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't...
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhna.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine, but it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Either way you look at it, it seems things...
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like that.
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to... Listen to me, boy. If you want your Mora...
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our... You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm unsure this won't...
Shouldn't let your guard down. Yeah.
Oh, what's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I...
Strange. How could that happen?
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides...
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because...
Huh? What kind of reason is that?
I don't know, but recently... there seems to be some sort of restless...
Maybe you losing control...
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, it was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my
But what is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's in my dream. I was in the deepest depths of the sea. And
a whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before?
That's just an abstract It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? So why don't you just go ask your master?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There is...
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. Oh, seems the time really flies.
What? More...
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's
official champion?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself isn't... So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, and the worst case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor.
So, do many people actually get out of the...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly... Apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have...
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously...
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us.
Whatever gave you that idea?
sneaky guy. He said he's been well, seems we don't have much to do for now. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Lenny said that the Opera House is on Aeneas, so let's go ride the Aquabus!
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself. The destination of the current tour is Aeneas. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing. now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and help.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy.
I guess if there are, kid.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here.
Like the net.
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to skip.
I see. I might be able to tell you something. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would he—
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when—
Then you should understand that tears contain your... Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? If you were hearing their emotion...
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about... Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance.
Oh, right!
Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world! We've been looking forward to it!
I can tell, judging by... But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started and... The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations.
Ooh, front row seat!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny. Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is... Oh, you little...
Excuse me. I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is...
Oh! So you heard all of that, did ya? Wait, that's not it. Paimon's... Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. Oh! Paimon's got it. You're also here early, and...
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linney, then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across, and as required by proper etiquette, I would...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have...
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an...
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty.
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their... And by the way, I should probably let you know, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise...
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her...
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydroarch?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations and the performance will start...
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please,
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's...
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, 2 vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the god.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Oh, and before... You never know what can happen in the blink. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when...
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that, but our magical journey has only just begun. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all, in which case I have ample time. So, for my next trick, I will require the Please, if my assistants... There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention.
Wow! Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual super...
The lucky audience member will be generated by... It selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside... I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things, if the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience, like this. 60, 59, 58. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is... Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a...
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can... Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58! That's right, perfect! Keep it going! All right, I'll see you all on the other side.
54, 53... Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about...
Oh! Alright. You look so serious that... 40! 30...
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like...
25! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show...
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect.
19!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Is this part of the show? Mr. Linney, you're going to use magic to fix this...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident...
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, We are still not sure why we found Cowl in the box, rather than the guest. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of
the serial disappearance?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before!
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl. Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians.
That can't be right. How come he was in the box on the stage the entire time? We can even hear his. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that you're...
I just think that he... Well, I think...
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver just...
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show.
I mean, of course, my dear people. That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? Then there's no problem at all. You know, but with Linny's help, our little... So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charges have Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. Are you willing to act as Mr. Linny's attorney and defend... Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Linny and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an...
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big show...
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't...
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop, but don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to...
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette!
That's the right attitude. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be a special good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah! Since we're going to start
Oh, well...
The secrets behind our magic are past saving.
I suppose you're right. Tis truly a pity. But if revealing our secrets will help you we should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation team... Hello, officer! How's the investigation going?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned.
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, the assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as... As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the... This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. All these factors lining up so perfectly make... If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most...
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends?
Well, you can't
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win. I know there's no such thing as magic. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you. Sorry, I tend to be. Anyway, you mean?
So this is the rope that broke and caused the The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant all... Wait! Paimon should write a... This rope?
I see that you're investigating the air. If you find any new...
We don't have too many... The thud?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with... I'm of the opinion when the pyrotech...
Wait, was...
Perhaps the balance wasn't right. Oh, that's true.
That does...
Go ahead, have a look around.
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone...
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over...
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also a
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me...
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various...
Huh? Well...
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer...
No, no need. You don't have to call me
Okay, if you say so. Not to remember...
All merely trifling detail. That's right. I've always kept an eye... Judging from the look of...
Really? Wait, but...
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick, but that's... Anyway.
Sounds...
Well, what's your opinion? All right, I've answered your question.
Wait a minute.
Well, I say it does. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a
well?
And why would that be?
Most astute, no matter how wonderful, that if that can be...
All right, that's quite enough, Melus. Now, I need to make...
Wait! Since when did we become...
Oh, well, I can be the assistant.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that you wish to save a friend from false accusation.
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got...
I have nothing to...
Oh.
We'll be making some preparations.
But no one...
No! Were you always...
Yes, after the chief so the missing girl couldn't have left from here. I doubt.
How can you be so...
Well, because I couldn't see Linny's performance from here. But still, I did not abandon my post. We Melazine.
So, it's safe to say... Alright, thank you for your help. This...
Go ahead, have a look around.
The investigation team has some new
See,
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member. Well, we thought there might be...
It turns out that I'm sure you already know that you have to make a In other words, Lenny knew who would be.
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Even though it's bad for Lenny's case?
Go ahead, have a look around.
Hello there.
The seats were all booked in advance. Sure, it's not like her name is Halsey. Apparently, the Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her, so simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all. That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from...
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about...
Understood. Then I will be going with you.
Very good.
You may spare the pleasant...
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join?
Fine.
Oh, new helper?
Well, let's just say we're...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is... But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic, remembering the details of a trick... Ah, good eye. That's...
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it, Paim?
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be... The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you... The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2... See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky...
This trolley can raise and lower and even...
I see.
Precisely.
So that's...
Once the box was lowered, the audience member would only be able to feel some...
Right!
Ah, yes. My assistant and I...
And what about...
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh!
That's how we were able to coordinate Lenny's lines with the assistant.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform.
So that's how it all worked! Wow!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel, and then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand...
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that And yet, to think... Could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Lenny and Lynette...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
Whoever the murderer was, why would it be... God, we all... Well, and that... Digging a tunnel just... Why would it be... Why would it... Looks like a hook. of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why?
Oh! Hi, my nose! And here's a broken vase! Huh. Did the trolley not...
That can't be. Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that? Ugh. This is so confusing. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit.
Alone, perhaps. But if...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the guards have checked the area carefully. No one left.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually...
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the opera. That's right. The statements from both sides, the defense, to put it simply,
This also precludes any kind of fate.
Once both sides have been... Then, finally.
Huh?
In practice, there is very little... Yeah.
Huh?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That
They're concerned that we... And even if that were not so...
I'm ready to break it.
Whoa, whoa!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better...
Huh. Breaking out suddenly to... Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still...
What do you mean?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying...
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the...
I have eggs, sugar.
Good work, you...
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled... From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the... But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself! Beating the egg whites...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about...
Well, I don't underestimate beating egg weights, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to... Anyway, give these a...
Only 3...
Well, eating too many sweet treats might...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is the one... No need for concern.
right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seemed... However, the magician twins could have committed...
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when
The flower vase and resulting in the shattering of the vase. Perhaps the criminal thought that since...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but...
True. None of the... But... The only...
Huh. Could Halsey have...
That's right. And even if she had... Nor does she have...
From the sound of... Your macarons are... What?
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No, besides, Paimon knows that if she ate... Wait! Even you don't believe... If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons...
All right. Malus?
Huh? What are you...
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course?
Exactly. We don't want to...
As you wish,
And I have the egg...
Well...
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest it would be awkward.
All right, thanks for your...
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
All right, it's time to put our...
Just relax. Even if everyone else... Besides...
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how...
To be honest?
No.
Well now, don't you all look that was to be expected. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly...
Since both parties... Firstly, in order...
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands.
Yes, that's correct.
In that case, I call upon the...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box.
That is simply your hypothesis based on...
Oh, is that so? And if I...
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I...
And you didn't hear anything else at all?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a...
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something...
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me... Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundation... Tell me, aren't you and...
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all...
I've got a feeling that what happened on...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that one. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really...
Hey, Linny! Why didn't you tell us this?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys.
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial...
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do? In that case, my dear...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think that... I'm sorry.
Yeah. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't meant to set the wrong tone or anything.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. But our organization is very, very large.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become... That's why I didn't wish to flat out... The truth is very important, but being completely Right. So, you met a Fatus who works as a magician, but still, I'm...
Sorry. Please.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear you...
Of course. We've been trying to find out during our investigations, from that moment on...
Is that why you needed a whole...
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about... So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this...
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, which should have been impossible, of course, I was quite certain that that voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of... On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time... After that, the homicide occurred...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you...
That's the only way we can save...
So... There you have it. It was never my wish to... But, like I said earlier, you can...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, huh? Oh,
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina...
That took long enough at this stage. Let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear this. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box. And there you have it. That's the truth.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linny seems this. According to Linny, Linny did not. Linny went to the room.
Attention! Ace when the countdown started, but he immediately used a vent to access the opera. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice. The crime scene had already developed. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his...
In other words, you believe that he...
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, assuming that what you say is true...
That's right, you... Well, your denial is very... Of course I do. You're saying that he wasn't.
Sure, we don't need to give this more thought. Are you sure we don't need to give this... That's right! This means the same clue...
To think you'd use such luck. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's...
That can't be right.
Oh! What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowl did, and how he went from would-be... No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been... The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. No one entered or left the opera. The sound we heard may have come from... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. No one entered or left the opera house through... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. The sound we heard may have come from... It would have been tough for both people to fit into... The sound we heard may have come from a clash. The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's assistant. The deceased's name is Cowl, Linny's assistant. No one entered or left the opera house.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you so...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is...
If only we knew...
Well, that would be nice, but it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just...
Excuse my interruption, dear opponent.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a... The deceased's name is Cowl. The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together of how Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing grad. If there's a similar...
Oh, just a moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality where... Most magic tricks are ultimately just...
Even so, I trust the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of... Since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be... Guards, please...
We are still examining the... We discovered several test tubes of fluid within the notebook in his back. The primordial... The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged... The notebook has... One of these tubes was... The notes also state that these dissolution properties... As such, we believe...
You gotta be kidding!
That's something so...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain...
Huh. If people can become water, does that... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable. Still, guards, please continue. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe...
Right! Like the metal hook! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that...
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. The rope that strung the water tank up. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another The water from the primordial sea should already... Lynette was in the magic box on stage. I remember there was something else within the inner lake. Now it seems like the hook rope was... The water from the primordial sea... The rope that strung the water... I remember there was something... Now it seems like the hook rope was... The water from the primordial sea...
It's in the original plan. Cowell, when the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract when the balloon attached to the box popped. The water from the... Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel. With the remaining evidence, but he encountered something unexpected.
Huh. That actually links together a...
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances his notes mentioned.
On that note, the guards have just I shall now invite him on stage.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting, and we found an identical
What?
That can't be.
Does this not clear all my dear citizens? My lord... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all, having made modifications to the that upon his... Ultimately, he not now as much... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence. Is this the end of the...
Oh no!
See, I think we've all... I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good...
Excuse me, everyone!
Miss, I'm...
Oh, come on. I'll show you in a minute.
No offense, miss.
Come on now, don't... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to... And wouldn't such... Come on, but as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
And what?
Sorry.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about...
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would I was hiding outside this room, I was just feeling happy that no one had noted. Where should I begin?
What?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed... That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away.
Hey! No wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty...
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so there was nowhere to run from there, though. So I had to change my clothes, and I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to... The strange... The flower vase... Lillian was afraid...
And it's ace detect! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian, her panic only intensified after and hearing the commotion, he did not know that Lillian was not from mistakenly believing that the two broke the flower vase with no way of escaping. She changed her clothes. That she would have to go through.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting.
At this point,
bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina. Please answer.
What? No, I have no fur.
Wow, look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, with some modifications to cover up any evidence, while he also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of he poured the water. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel. If all had gone to plan, realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious. Lillian, according to her own... As for Linny, from this
Hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped two of them.
At this point, all the events that...
bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you... Please answer.
What are you reading? No, I have no fur.
Wow, look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, with some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected to cover up any evidence while committing the deed. Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance he poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box, and stuck it to the... Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door, when bringing the young woman to... When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope, and burst. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic... Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house. From this reconstruction of events, we can... While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct, this case, at least, can be handed over... As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation. How did you find the water from the primordial...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny. I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one...
I was just following. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, therefore you would be wise to tell...
Yes, our boss discovered that the water it can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to We've been in this business for a while now, and have made...
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's true.
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now, but still. Let me... I guess. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill... As for why I'm a that was how Father, who you might know as the
knave?
That's right. Back when our parents first to survive, I took my sister to my surprise before long.
So you went from...
That was how we felt it, but I gradually discovered that he would constantly take me to all...
That doesn't seem too...
After one I waited a long... The answer he gave...
Oh no. But what am...
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to I managed to ferret all I saw...
So...
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any... Father, I mean, the knave. The House of the Hearth welcomes you. I was hesitant to trust, but she was also quick to...
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined...
She has gained
So...
That's right. Today's case has all of us house members here. Lady Arlecchino herself to us orphans.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic...
It's alright. I just hope you can... If you should need anything at all in the future...
Bye, Linny!
Hey there! What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for it?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappear... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can... And given that there's new evidence from the trial...
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. Sorry.
Don't say that now.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring... Sorry about that. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really need to get that?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important... Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it...
You don't have to twist Paimon!
Oh, wonderful! In that case, why don't we return...
All right, then!